keep myself on time because I like to talk about this stuff. I am over the moon to be here and to be back live. It was January of 2018, by the way, Dave, the first Super Saturday that we were at. My team, oh, that's new. This is new. They said to me, true story, they said, did you bring a headset? I was like, no, am I supposed to bring a headset? I don't know. Okay. My team and I were raised on Philly Fusion Super events. So it's a major full circle moment to be coming up here and speaking as the keynote instead of sitting in the audience with my team listening to the keynote. And I'm feeling a huge responsibility because coming here over the years and listening to Trina Gray and David Atkins and Josh Spencer have really made such an impact on my business, and because of that, it's changed my life. And I want to be able to give that gift back to each of you listening today. And it was really just dumb luck that we ended up here in Philly, all the way from northern New Jersey for this event. When I was coaching in a little less than a year, I said to my sister, wife, and partner in crime, Kendria, I think we're supposed to go do this super event thing. So we looked and we said, okay, we got Philly, we've got New York State, and we've got Brooklyn. And so since New Hope is semi on the way home and has the best espresso martinis in the entire world, we decided we would come to Philly and stop at New Hope on the way home for dinner and drinks and make it an event.
Damn.
And I thank God every single day that I made that decision, and Kendria backed me with that decision, based on alcohol. Because I know that I can speak for all of us when I say that the work Dave and the Market Council does to bring this event to life breeds belief and spark into each of us as coaches. Thank you, Dave and the Market Council, for that. And thank you for the honor of speaking. And I 1000% believe that I would not be standing here speaking, and TGG, Team Defy Gravity, would not be sitting over there in a flood of purple if we ended up in Brooklyn for our first Super Saturday. So if you guys are here, you are in the room where it happens. Whether it's your first time or your 10th time, what I want you to know is that this event can completely change your business and your life. My advice is to be all here. Your kids are fine, you got them taken care of, you don't need a text to make sure they're okay. If you left them with your husband, you're just gonna get annoyed because he's not doing it right anyway. So let that go. You do not need to send out tarot cards or scroll social media right now. Do take pictures and videos, lots of them, so you can share them later, because we know we are Beachbody coaches, and if we're not taking pictures and videos and sharing them on social media, we have no idea if this event actually took place. So take all the pictures and videos, but for now, turn off your notifications, take notes, meet a new person, and soak it all in. Can you do that for the next 2 hours? Great, because I believe if you are sitting in this audience as a Beachbody coach, you are holding the keys to your castle in your hands. Your future health, your future earnings, your family's future health, your relationships, your work schedule, your passion projects, your personal growth are right there in your hands. Who believes me when I say that? Woo! Oh, good. Okay, I was planning to ask twice. Perfect. Okay. Good. Excellent. All right, so now that we have that out of the way, let me share a little bit about how I came to this amazing opportunity, some history on why I am so batshit passionate about this work that we get to do every day. Exercise and nutrition has been a lifeline for me since my mid-20s. I was diagnosed with severe ulcerative colitis / Crohn's disease in high school. Homebound tutors, IV medications, lots of hospital time, and it took a good 10 years of struggling bad with that disease, both physically and mentally, with the pieces that come with living with a chronic disease. As if high school and being 14 and the formative years are not tough enough, especially on girls, right? Let's add in a bowel disease where food is labeled good, bad, safe, unsafe, and you're scared to eat because your intestines aren't working, and you're losing so much weight and told you need to gain weight, and then you're gaining weight from the massive amount of steroids, and your once athletic body is atrophying from all the immunosuppressing drugs, and you need help walking up the stairs. It takes a toll. Body image, eating patterns, self-esteem. And it took a lot of intentional work, but I finally figured out the role that exercise and nutrition played in keeping my body and my mind healthy. And that's when it became my lifeline. So I was a self-taught friend, always offering people advice on diet and exercise, whether they wanted it or not. And of course I thought, like, wouldn't this be so great if I could do this and get paid for it? And people would actually want my advice? But I was well into my teaching career by then. I had a pension, I was at the top of the salary guide, I had my master's degree, I had 2 small girls at home, I held the benefits for my family at the time. What was I gonna do? Just start a new career? No. Even though I was bored and restless as a teacher, and I felt like I was just going through the motions, and I knew I was supposed to be doing something more, and I wanted to be doing something more, and I hated the before care and the after care and the rushing my girls and who was picking up who, and then coming home and it was bath, bedtime, bath, dinner, bedtime, and then repeat it all the next day. I stayed the course, because that's what good moms do. Pay your dues, then after you're done paying your dues, you can go do the job you really want to do and live your life. If the me of today could talk to the me of then, I'd have a few things to say. But in May of 2008, everything changed. My father was 64 years old at the time. He drove himself to the emergency room for severe pain in his side that he thought was a kidney stone. He was diagnosed with stage 4 renal cell cancer. 6 months later, he was gone. Like that. My world as I knew it was completely changed. If you've ever lost somebody close to you, you understand how it makes you take stock and inventory and evaluate how you're living your life and the choices that you're making. And here I was choosing to go to work every day and teach other people's kids where somebody else was taking care of mine. And I'm waiting to do this health thing until I'm retired or I get to that second half of life. And my dad was proof that even if you do the things right and you plan and you save and you be a good person, we are not guaranteed that second half of life, that retirement. Tony Robbins has a saying, in life you need inspiration or desperation. I was inspired to use my knowledge and my passion and the stuff that really got me fired up to make more of a difference in the world instead of counting the days until I retired. And I think I was desperate to do something that would make some sort of sense come from losing my dad. So I did what any sane person would do. I quit my teaching job of 13 years, I got certified as a personal trainer, and I set off to save the world from illness and dying too soon. Lofty. In 2010, I started NJ Fit Mom with 8 moms in a park, a babysitter for our kids, and a boombox. It grew to 3 parks, and 2 years later, we rented a small garage space to train out of. 5 years in, we took the leap and took out a home equity line of credit. We maxed out all the credit cards we had. We got more credit cards so we could max them out. And we made the investment to rent and renovate a 2,000 square foot space that we planned to be our forever gym. We had kids classes, co-ed classes, teen classes. It was 5 minutes from my house. Life was good. Not long after, we were informed of a zoning issue. What followed was an 18-month battle between us, the small town we live in, and our landlords over tenancy rights, zoning laws, variances, and the like. We fought to keep the gym open. Lawyers, court hearings, town hall meetings, petitions, anything we could do. We sunk everything we had and more into renovating, equipping, and insuring this space. And then we sunk everything we didn't have and more into fighting to keep it open. In the end, we had to close the studio. I had no plan B. I sold the equipment, I sent my clients to other gyms, and I closed the doors. What I poured my heart and soul and grief into building for 7 years was gone. And I felt like I lost a part of myself. I was angry at myself. I felt like I let my family down. Yep, there's mom giving up her steady, risk-free teaching career to go out and do work that speaks to her soul and save the world. And now we're in massive debt, and there's no business to pay it off. And because I set out on this health and healing mission after losing my dad, it felt like I failed him. A few months after we closed, I had a friend who was sharing a business opportunity. And of course, no, typical trainer story. I wanted no part of the Beachbody thing. I couldn't stand the name. It sounded silly to me. I thought it was about selfies and selling. But really what it was about was fear. What will people think? Oh, she couldn't make her gym work. Now she's doing this. Fear of judgment, fear of failing, fear of doing something new at 41 years old. Time went on. As I continued to roll my holier-than-thou eyes, our debt grew to $75,000. And I remember sitting on the porch with Kirk when he said that number out loud, 75,000, and thinking to myself, we're not gonna survive this. How do you fix this with a police salary and a stay-at-home mom, personal trainer's income with a family of 5? We started looking at things like, what does bankruptcy look like? What if we file for the business? Do we have to file personal? The answer is yes. Okay, well, what if we stop paying on the house and we let it foreclose? What does that look like? What options do we have? If you've ever been in that place, you know how scary it is. And that fear of where we could be going as a family was stronger than the fear of what will people think? What if I fail? And thank God for that, because that's what opened up my heart and my mind to this opportunity. I ran my first challenge group with 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme, and I went all in with them. My ladies had amazing results. I had the best time ever. I had people to coach again, people to pour into again, and just like that, I was back on my Save the World Wellness mission with online coaching, and I was running. But I really had no clue where I was running to, and I want to point that out, because so many coaches, when they're starting, that's exactly how we all feel like, I don't know what I'm doing, right? That's normal. We all feel like that. I did not come in here with any more of a Beachbody degree than any of you have. I had no training call. I had no getting started right. I had no nada. I kept it simple. I came up with a name, Spring Cleaning the Body Edition. It's 5 years this month I ran my first group. I made a craptastic, I made a craptastic flyer in Word. I made a goal to have 5 to 10 people in the group because I wanted to have energy and I wanted to be fun. And then I got to work inviting like a maniac because I didn't want to end up with only 2 people in my group and have it suck. I hit SC 24 that first month without even knowing what SC was. True story. My entire team was down in South Carolina. I signed up with a friend from college who was down there. I was the only person from Jersey at that time on the team. When they put up the SC boards, I thought it was South Carolina boards. I thought it was South Carolina board team. So if you know SC is Success Club, you're ahead of the game from where I was. This month is my 62nd consecutive month of South Carolina 10 plus. All right, let's see if I can use this thing here. Where am I pointing it? Anybody know?
You got this, you got this.
Okay. We went Premier that first year. Oh, it's already there, okay. The following year we went Elite. The following year we went Elite again and hit 11-star. 6 months later, in June of 2020, a little over 3 years after we were born as a team, and 3 months into the pandemic, we hit Superstar Team. Last year we ended number 12 in the network, number 1 in the Northeast, and number 1 in New Jersey, which I have taken it upon myself to call myself New Jersey's top coach.
Yes.
Here as proof, not to brag, to show you these accomplishments as proof to what is possible for each of you. One of my favorite sayings, and it's such a great metaphor for what we do in this business, is I don't climb the mountain to show others that I can climb it, but to show others that it can be climbed. And of course, coaches always want to know, like, okay, but like how exactly very specifically did you climb the mountain? Right? Like, what does your script look like? How often do you do power hours? Like, we all think there is this resource or tool that if we just had, we could make it work. But here's the thing. The tools, the resources, the trainings, we all have the same things available to us, and we can all get better with practice. The stuff that gets you up the mountain, the difference maker, comes from your heart, and it comes from your mind. I'm going to be talking about a few of those things today that have helped me get here and will help you get to where you want to go. You in? Yeah. The very first thing I focus on, this is fun, okay, comes from one of my dad's wisdomisms. He had a ton of them. One day at a time, keep an attitude of gratitude, where there's a will, there's a way, accept the things we cannot change. That's a work in progress. I'll let you know when and if I get there. But the one I want to talk about today is lead with love. Lead with love, Jess. You can't go wrong. It's so basic. This business is heart work plus hard work. But I don't care how hard you work, if you don't have the heart and the love for the mission and the work we get to do and the lives we get to change, you will not last. It will get too hard. You must always be leading from a servant's heart. For me, it's never been about how do I sell challenge packs? How do I make SC20? That's me, that's leading with me. It's how do I help moms understand that taking care of themselves is not a luxury. Taking care of themselves helps them take better care of their kids. It's not selfish. How do I help ladies who feel lonely, feel less isolated? Who needs this community? Who is going to die too soon or be living with illness if they don't come and do this? And then it just becomes about what do I need to do to get them to see the light, to come and join me to do this. I will stand on my head and do burpees if I need to. I will put up a vulnerable picture in a sports bra. Whatever it takes. When we stop making it about us and we make it about other people, everything in this business gets easier. We stop taking the no's personally. We don't worry about, I don't want to look too salesy, I don't want to overpost, I don't want to be annoying, I don't want to be too pushy. Guys, we've got to reframe this idea of being too pushy. We are not selling leggings or mascara. People do not come to this willingly. We have to reframe being pushy from being the push that gets somebody off the couch and starts moving again. The push that gets somebody to start thinking about what they're putting into their body so they can live a better tomorrow. How many of you would not be here today if you did not have a push from your coach? Yes, exactly. Are you grateful for the push?
Woo!
Anybody pissed off? No. Exactly. So flip the script. Stop making it about you. Focus on being the push that could save somebody's life and extending the gift that was given to you to as many people as you possibly can. When you lead with love and you put good energy out there, it's going to come back tenfold. Full hearts can't lose. And leading with love goes for leading a team and being part of a team too. On your team, are you giving more than you are taking? Are you adding value to your team page trainings without expectation? Do you show up as a team player or only when it works for you? And I get the question a lot, well, I want to be a diamond, but I don't know how to tell my coaches I need them to go emerald, or I want to tell my friends I need you to be an emerald for me so I can be a diamond, right? Or I want to go for elite, but I don't want my team to think it's all about recognition. Or how do you share your team goals with your team, Jess, and not make it seem like it's all about you? Anybody ever struggle with that? Feel like that? Yep. See your hand up, Annalisa. Yeah. Here's the truth, guys. I don't even understand the question. It takes a village. Nobody achieves anything in life or in this business alone. Isn't the goal of a team to always be the biggest, baddest, strongest team it can be? Isn't the goal of the leader to challenge the team and help them get to the next level? When in life does a coach or a team say, you know what, this season we're gonna take a bye. We're good, we don't wanna go for the playoffs, we're not gonna practice, we're just gonna stay where we are, gonna keep it small. Thanks. Doesn't every player on the team get better when they practice and go for the playoffs together? It doesn't matter if it's emerald to diamond, diamond to star diamond to elite. By you having goals and being brave and casting a big vision for your team, you're helping other women to level themselves up, to stretch themselves, and to learn how to cast a big vision for themselves. That's leading with love versus fear. you need to be the push for your coaches. My team has allowed me to push them. They've pushed themselves, they've pushed each other, and they've pushed me. They believed in my belief that this little no-name team from New Jersey could link arms, make the decision, do the boots on the ground wellness work that really matters, and make great things happen. There is no superstar coach without a team. And there is no superstar team without a coach. And there is nothing without the massive amounts of lives changed, stories changed, health paths changed because of coach and team working together to get better at what they do. So don't ever feel bad about speaking your goals to your team. That's how we change lives. I am immensely proud, Team Defy Gravity, of what we have accomplished together. Thank you so much for being on this ride with me and for never giving up on what we could be. And it's not just the team and the coach. When you build a team to this level and you work at the magnitude needed to get here as a leader, it takes sacrifice, belief, patience, understanding from the people closest to you. And for me, that's my family, my Griffin 5. It's all hands on deck. We have a saying in our house, all hands on deck. It's all hands on deck, both for the pieces that make this business work and for the pieces that make our family work. Would not be able to be doing what I do. They would not be able to be doing what they do. The lives changed would not be the lives changed without the Griffin 5. Team Griffin, thank you. All right, let's get into some mindset stuff. I've been working on this because I don't think it's skill or talent or time that separates the coaches who choose, because what we're not changing, we're choosing, to stay at Emerald or Diamond for a year or 2 or 3, from the ones who are really seizing this opportunity and growing their businesses, their impact, their income, and creating a life on purpose with purpose. I call it, work with me, the empowered mindset. And it's the way coaches approach this opportunity because of having this mindset or lacking pieces of this mindset. And so I put a link on there. You guys can copy it down, and then it'll give you the slides to the presentation. And then I also have a PDF that has like 15 different examples of an empowered mindset versus disempowered that you can use to share with your team and your coaches. I'm only gonna highlight like 5 here, but if you go there, it'll go right to your inbox. So don't do it now then. Don't do it now. You're paying attention. Okay. But that's it for you. Came out really good. Okay, so empowered mindset. You can read the definition. Do I have to read it to you? Do you guys want me to read it to you? Yes. Okay, I'll read it to you. Okay. It's back from my teacher days. I just hate reading to the class. Okay. An empowered mindset leads people to be stronger and more confident in controlling their lives. You believe in yourself and you set goals. You take initiative and authority to make decisions. Challenges and failures are seen as a way to learn, grow, and build capacity. Okay, here we go. Empowered mindset starts with choosing that you are going to make this work. How many of you think you've already chosen this? You're going to make this work. Okay. This is what I mean when I say make this work. I hope this is the right one that's coming up next. Nope, that's the income disclaimer. Just hold that there for a second. When I say make this work, I'm talking like there is no plan B, right? Burn the boats, as Tony Robbins says, get your hand off the back door, take divorce off the table, whole ass it, not half ass it, like we say on Team Defy Gravity. That's a decision to make it work. Once I decided I was gonna make this work come hell or high water, nothing could get in my way. So if you're sitting here saying, well, I decided it's gonna make it work, but it's just not working, you've not made the decision yet. And I remember the moment I made the decision, I saw an income graphic. There's my income disclaimer. There's the income disclaimer. And it was from a coach I'd been following and I admired. And she was having like a ton of success in the biz and she was doing things that I love. Like she was traveling and she talked about being debt free and she seemed to have control of her time. And for me, I just remember like, that's like freedom, right? Like having control of your time. And you know, like you put those coaches that are having success like up here on this pedestal, and they're polished and they're poised and they're organized and they're like, oh, this stuff. And like, we're down here, right? Just feeling like a normal person. And so her income graphic, this is back when we were allowed to post income graphics, had year 1, 2, 3, and year 4 to date on it. And it was a year 4 to date, which is what grabbed my eyes and my attention, because I remember looking at the number and thinking, I can't make that in 4 years as a teacher. My husband can't make that in 4 years as a police officer. And like, my mind was blown, my jaw was open, and when I finally closed my jaw and actually looked at the post to see what she wrote, I realized she had a spelling mistake. She spelled a word wrong. And it flipped a switch in my brain, as silly as this sounds, that said, huh, she doesn't have it all together. She's not perfect. She's human. And look what she's created in 4 years. Why not me? If she can, I can. Watch me. You must make the decision today to look at any culture, human in life that you see having the success that you want to be having with an empowered mindset of, if she can, I can. Instead of a disempowered mindset of, well, that's because her kids are in school. Well, it must be nice to have so much free time. It's easy for her. She's got a great transformation picture. Oh my gosh, her story is so powerful. She's got a huge network. She's blonde and has big boobs. This thought has to be first and foremost. And I will tell you, this is so fun. And I will tell you why. And this comes from John Acuff from the book Soundtracks. Your thoughts empower your actions, which in turn generates your results. The actions we take with a mindset of, if she can, I can, watch me work, mother truckers, it are going to look vastly different than the actions we take with a mindset of, I'm just not like her. I can't do what she does. I mean, that's her and I'm me, and I'm just not as. Am I right? Yeah. Next thing on my empowered mindset, ownership. Coaches who are working from an empowered mindset take ownership. Maybe it's because I had no working upline. I was this random Jersey girl making the South Carolina board and nobody knew who I was. But I knew early on it was up to me to make this work. I got on my uplines call, 4 uplines. That was the first call available to me every Monday night at 9 p.m. I didn't know a soul when I first got on. I never missed a call. I didn't even know what they were talking about for the first few months because it was very confusing language. But I showed up because it was my business and I wanted to learn. I friended people and I asked questions. I used the GTS method. If you don't know what that is, Google it. Oh, you don't know what that is? Okay. Google it then. FAQs, team page files. I took it upon myself to keep figuring it out. Nobody had to motivate me to do the things or promise me a tank top to make Success Club. I did it because I had goals and I took ownership to reach them. Who has goals in here? Goals for your business? All right, cross them out. Let's hear some. Diamond, let's hear some. Call. 2-star.
Top 10 elite superstar.
Top 10 elite superstar. National wake up call. I missed it. Bine Island. That's a goal, exactly. Which actually, that's perfect. I didn't even plant you, but this brings me to my point here. Diamond, making Success Club every month. 2-star. Those are not goals. Those are vehicles that are going to get you to your goal of buying an island. Goals are like magnets, right? Well-defined goals are like magnets. They pull you towards them. Waking up and being like, my goal is to make Success Club today, there's just not a lot of pull with that. There's not a lot of motivation. And when you don't have that, you're not going to take the ownership to do the things in your business that aren't so great to do all the time to get there. Clear income goal plus a why is how I've always set my goals. My very first goal was to make $250 a week consistently, because that would be $1,000 a month, and that meant I could cover the cost of Ella's preschool. And why did that matter? Because I was working part-time at the time, and I wasn't making enough to cover her preschool. And I felt guilty, and I felt kind of ridiculous that I was putting her in preschool so I could work, but I wasn't even making enough to cover preschool. I wanted to contribute. My next goal was to make $500 a week consistently, because I knew if I did that, I could put away a little bit every time and not have to feel bad about it, and put aside enough to do a Jersey Shore week with my family. And why was that important? Because my cousins had a week at the Jersey Shore, and I never had one, and I would always go down for a day with them and think, God, I really wish we could be here for a whole week. And I wanted to do it for my girls. I wanted them to be able to do the ice cream, the walks, the sunsets, every single thing that it means to be at the shore for a month. Oh my God, maybe it's coming. A week. That mattered to me. And then my next goal was to make $1,000 a week, because I knew that if I made that, I could finally start looking at the debt elephant that we were completely ignoring. And Kirk and I together could come up with an actual plan that would start chipping away at that and get that off our back. And then I wanted to be Griff's monthly take home. And I have no really good reason for that, except because I just wanted to say I did it, and I am woman, hear me roar. That's it. I have no really good reason. But those goals, right, they kind of make the hair on the back of your neck stick up a little bit, right? They feel good, they're exciting, they make you like want to pee your pants a little bit. Like, those are the goals that are going to motivate you to take ownership, to do the things in your business to get you there. I had a coach recently say to me, I just need you to kind of like stay on top of me. That's what she said. Stay on top of me, and like when you see me not doing the things, bring me back and make me do them.